December 14th, Monday. We pick up where we left off. It's the last day with microscopes out in the room, so make sure that is your top priority. You get those 3 illustrations finished, and you turn them into the tub. And then we're going to work on public service announcements. Here are our outcomes. Same as last week, all about antibiotic resistance and microscopes. So there you go. There's the plan. Public service announcements. You've got a partner. You should have a login. You're all signed up. You should be well on your way. Microscopes, you get those 3 illustrations finished, and get that estimation method wrapped up. I'm curious to see what sort of mathematical minds you have. December 15th, last day for all assignments. We're moving on after today. Good advice you see at the bottom there is to get some peers to assess your stuff to make sure you're on topic and you've got all the requirements. Same outcomes. It takes a while to get to the end. And before we get too far in, I want to show you a Protis slideshow. Now that the microscopes are gone, I want you to see some professional images of things you might have been looking at to see if you saw what you should have seen. And then we'll spend a few minutes discussing the estimation method, assignment number 36. Here are the different ways you might have come to arrive at an estimation. Remember, there's no right answer. There's no way to know exactly how many, realistic way to actually know how many are in the jar. But in science, because we can't know actual answers, perfect answers. We're always debating about methods, and then the rest of the time is getting peer review on your PSAs. So here's the Protis slideshow. You're looking at the paramecium with its oral groove and its cilia. We looked at Euglena, one of the few creatures that acts both as a plant and an animal. It's photosynthetic, and it is also heterotrophic, means it swims around and eats stuff. Volvox, the beach balls with beach balls inside. Each one of those little colonies emerges as a new colony to grow more colonies. These green phytoplankton that live in all the water around the world, primarily the ocean, make about half of the oxygen on the planet. And unfortunately, we're finding that we're wiping out those populations. So the long term, we need to do something to change the long term trend there. And finally, the amoeba, the most difficult one to find. Looks like somebody kind of spit on a window. The Protis that crawls around and swallows things up. And that was the one in the clear jar. So there's a quick overview of what you saw. Hopefully you had some success. Wednesday the 16th. Where do antibiotics come from? Our focus today is on those public service announcements. Antibiotic resistance are the outcomes. And all we're going to do all day is preview our public service announcements. So we'll go through Powtoon, make sure you know how to assign it to the class, how to publish it, make sure we can see it on our end, and then we'll preview all of them one time without grading them, and then the second time through, I will send you a form, and as a group, you can watch all the other groups and give them peer feedback by scoring them with the rubric. Thursday the 17th. We're going to continue on with those public service announcements. We didn't get them quite finished yesterday. But before we do, we have to take an air secure test, a fancy way for describing the tests that you take in the spring, those state assessments. We are going to take a speaking and listening strand test. It's going to take us anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes. So they're on your Chromebook. So after we're done with that, you're free to continue to work on your public service announcements. And the 18th, our final day before the break. What we want to do today is we're going to harvest radishes. I'm going to give you some bulldog bucks for those that grew the biggest radishes. If you have flowers on your bean plants, I've got some paintbrushes. We can pollinate those before the break. We'll finish the few public service announcements that people have turned in kind of at the last minute and get those other ones graded, and then finish up with the Grinch. 5th period class, we'll do the digital common sense media lesson on media time as well, and that will send you on to the break. Have a great break. We'll see you when you return in 2016.